Hey everyone, AMR back again with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a mock draft simulation for fantasy football. As we get closer and closer to the regular season starting up, at least OTAs are right around the corner. We have to start thinking about what we're going to do for our fantasy teams. And so for that, I'm just going to go ahead and simulate what a standard draft is. I think standard wise, it's typically a PPR. I think that's pretty standard. 2020 season PPR. It's going to be a snake draft. It's basic. Got 12 teams. Draft position. I'm just going to randomize. I'm going to randomize again because I really don't want the 11th. I'll take the second pick though. We're going to be in a 1 quarterback system, 2 running backs. I think I want to do 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 kicker, 1 defense. I want to have 6 on the bench is actually pretty good. And then I think I'm going to have 1 flex position. So looking over here, pick clock. I want to go ahead and keep this to right around 60 seconds. But yeah, so like basically the NFL draft has already taken place. You know pretty much where everyone's landing at this point and what to expect. A lot of the free agent people out there, such as like Odell Beckham Jr., he's still like hazy as to whether or not he's going to go. But that being said, I think we have enough to go off of right now to have a really good go at this. As always, if you like the content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, help me out down. Let's go ahead and jump into this, man. Alrighty. So first one off the board is going to be Christian McCaffrey. I'm a little surprised by that, honestly. I would have expected him to be a little bit lower down the list. I do think that you have to go with Jonathan Taylor or Derrick Henry. So I'm going to be looking at running backs here. Why are these just suggested players? Can I just have them all be there? Like, how do I just show everyone? That kind of sucks, honestly, but let's go ahead and just do top ranked players. Let's go ahead and just grab Jonathan Taylor. I feel like he's definitely going to be a key factor in how the Indianapolis Colts shake out. We are doing a snake draft, so we have to be very, very careful with what we're end up doing here. I have a couple key quarterbacks in there. No one of interest personally just quite yet. I really do feel like having a Nick Chubb / Jonathan Taylor on your team would just be like a recipe for honestly one of the best systems in football. I think that Nick Chubb is probably your best option here. So now we have yet another position for a running back. Looking over here at the wide receivers, we got Deebo Samuel still on the board, so it just makes a ton of sense to go ahead and nab him as well. We won't be picking for a while here. Looking here now, we have Amari Cooper, which I'm not a big fan of. Chris Godwin's going to miss a lot of the season. You could go with the Jerry Jeudy. I think Jerry Jeudy makes a lot of sense here. But, I mean, Ezekiel Elliott's still on the board. Josh Jacobs still on the board. I just don't know if Josh Jacobs is going to be a huge factor in how the new shape of the Vegas Raiders is going to happen. I think it makes more sense to pick up like an Ezekiel Elliott. Looking over here at our wide receivers again, there's really no one that I'm overly interested in just quite yet. We do have some pretty stellar options here. I think it makes a lot of sense to go with Patrick Mahomes, however. A lot of you might be saying that Patrick Mahomes, he just lost out on Tyreek Hill. I mean, he's Patrick Mahomes. He's going to end up doing what he does best, and that is just figuring out how to get a bunch of fantasy points. So looking here on the running backs again, so you have Travis Etienne as a running back for Jacksonville. I think that he's definitely a solid pick here. And now we need to start building out our wide receiver room. So wide receivers, I think that Devontae Smith makes a lot of sense here. I'm just a little concerned, honestly, with how that is all going to shake out. How all that's going to shake out in the Philadelphia Eagles system. It really does scare the hell out of me. Let's go ahead and look at the tight ends on the board still. So no one really on this list makes me overly joyed, honestly. Let's go ahead and just grab Devonta Smith. Okay, so we're back on the clock yet again. Got all the defenses, all the kickers, got tight ends still on the board. I mean, Dallas Goedert makes a ton of sense, but so does Dawson Knox. I don't like, yeah, look, 164 and 163. They were very close to one another. Dawson Knox is expected to take quite a big hit here in season 2. I don't really see that being the case. Let's go ahead and look at the running backs to see if there's anyone else that could be jumping out in our interest. Still not a ton there, in my personal opinion. Let's go ahead and grab another player here. Devontae Parker actually sounds somewhat reasonable being in New England now. I feel like he might be better for the system overall. Got Jarvis Landry, Chris Olave, Kenny Galladay, Marquez Valdes-Scantling. It would be nice to have some type of a duo punch there. So I think I just got auto-picked, which really sucks. Devin Singletary is not terrible. He wasn't my first choice, but I think it may. Oh, never mind. We got Dallas Goedert. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I'm actually okay with that pick. Looking here, I think that we could just take Melvin Gordon and we'd be fine. We got Ken Walker the third. He's projected for 138 points on the season. I don't see that. I would have to probably go with. I think that we have to get Tony Pollard, given the fact that we have Ezekiel Elliott on our team. He could get hurt at any point in the season, so it just makes a ton of sense for us to go ahead and grab Tony Pollard. So now we really need to start building out our wide receiver room. Our wide receivers definitely don't look fantastic. I'm not a big proponent on Rondale Moore Jr., or not Jr., but Rondale Moore. He was kind of bad last season. However, they just got Hollywood Brown. I feel like him not have, or the Cardinals not having DeAndre Hopkins for the first 6 games of the season. They no longer have Christian Kirk. I think it makes a ton of sense here to go with a Rondale Moore. And then so now we're left with yet another tough decision here of who we want to go for next at the wide receiver position. I do think that Marquez Valdes-Scantling is going to be disgustingly good in Kansas City. Plus, we'll have a stack there with the Patrick Mahomes quarterback. So I think it makes a lot of sense to go ahead and pick up Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Okay, so my biggest thing right now is that I think I want to go ahead and grab Tim Patrick as well. Tim Patrick, in my personal opinion, could be the biggest benefactor of the Russell Wilson upgrade at quarterback. I think that, look, he's already projected at 172 points. That ball is going to be moving around the field in Denver. Like, let's just not beat around the bush on this. Like, that Denver is going to have some stellar wideouts on the field, and I just want a piece of that pie. So let's go ahead and grab Tim Patrick. He seems like one of the better availables. And then I think that we're pretty good at running back, but it doesn't hurt to add one more here or there. Gus Edwards would be pretty good. I think that the rest of these running backs are kind of off their rocker. I don't really see anyone else adding too much value in the upcoming season. Let's just go ahead and add that extra. Go ahead and just add that extra backup safety. So here's another tough decision. I think that Derek Carr could have a pretty good season. And I think it makes a lot of sense to pick him here. So now we have 2 quarterbacks in our system. I don't really think that we need another one. You got Albert O, who could be very good in Denver as well. But looking over here at the other options, it's going to be tough. Like, I don't know how Tyler Higbee is going to be coming back from his injury. Logan Thomas is injury prone as hell. Albert O is going to be very good, but we already have Tim Patrick, so I don't really see that being a huge option. I think I actually want to go Robert Tonyan there as a backup. He's so good of a threat, and Aaron Rodgers is going to need to figure out who he's going to make that guy. Robert Tonyan has been an established talent for the team, so it makes a ton of sense to go ahead and go out there and grab the main target benefactor of the Green Bay Packers. Looking here at the kickers that we have available, it kind of seems like, how many picks do we have? What are like the total amount of picks? I actually don't know how many picks I get. I wish I could see that somewhere. But we do look like we have a ton of different options here. I'm going for high-scoring teams, and I think that Matt Prater makes good sense. He's playing for Arizona. They're going to be a high-scoring team. We got an A-, so a 92 out of 100 rating. I feel like that is very, very good. We literally don't have a single defense on our team, and we still got an A-, which is hilarious to me. We have a ton of depth at the running back position. I mean, this team right here, this starting roster would probably win you the majority of your season games, probably replacing in Tim Patrick for Rondale Moore, and then just kind of letting the rest shake out. We have Jonathan Taylor, Patrick Mahomes, Nick Chubb, Deebo Samuel, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Ezekiel Elliott, Travis Etienne, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. We got Derek Carr as a backup, Robert Tonyan as a backup tight end. There's just so much depth up and down this board that I think it just makes a ton of sense. So that's going to do it for today's video. As always, if you like today's content, if you found this helpful, go ahead and let me know what I could be doing in the future, but that's going to do it. I'll catch you in the next one. See you.